the Market Rag for Thursday, December 13th, 2007. Boring. That kind of sums up today, you guys. Not too much happened out there. The only thing that moved more than 0.25% was the Dow, and that was just barely. We had a bifurcated market with the Dow being up and the Nasdaq being down today. The only real interesting move was gold down over 2%, and we'll look at a chart of that. As we come down and look at the broad market sentiment grid, you can see we've turned green here a little bit in the short time frame, but it's yet to really carry over into any of these larger time frames. We're basically still going sideways. We do have red here on the bonds and the euro, but notice this positive sentiment in the bigger picture for the euro. The S&P put in what we refer to as a hammer. As you can see, it's opened up here, went down in the morning, and then they had a nice run right in the afternoon. That's a pretty bullish signal. The problem is we are inside of yesterday's range. Whenever I see action inside a day like that, it basically tells me nothing really happened today. You had a similar situation in the Dow and the Nasdaq. But notice the Nasdaq staying under our line in the sand here, which is kind of bearish for him. And here's that chart of gold. As you can see, it gave everything back it made yesterday. Quick reversal. But this action, remember, is inside this bigger sideways stuff, and sometimes it doesn't make sense in this environment. The sentiment on the sectors has basically been the same as we've been dealing with for a while now. Your positive areas are the utilities and the energy areas. The negative ones still remain these financials and the consumer discretionary. On the cusp you have the semis and the transports. Here with the transports you can see it's now pulled back and come back to this old line in the sand. We'll see if that can't become support for these guys. Telecom still beating its head against that resistance area. Materials is taking a little break right under this resistance. We'll see if it wants to make a run for it. Energy still advancing towards that line. If we can get above there, we could see a good move in this group. Here with technology, still kind of chopping around this line. We're seeing a lot of that in our sectors right now. Utilities bouncing real hard off our line here. It looks like that is going to end up becoming support. And the consumer discretionary continuing its little slide down after bumping its head a couple times. Reviewing the portfolio, you'll notice the majority of our holdings are in shorts right now, and that's 22% of our buying power, or basically 44% of your cash account. Looking at our risk, we've got about half of what we're allowed, and it's all on the short side. So I'm going to kind of leave that alone for the time being. We basically ended the day being flat, up 0.3R, nothing really, and that's all in our CSIQ trade. We took one new short today, TIF, and it looks like we might have been suckered. Here's CSIQ, and it's had a little chance to take a break here. There's a good chance we'll probably put a position in to try to add to this tomorrow. And here's our Tiffany short. We shorted it as it broke under this little support area, but it broke down and then continued to rally all day. Kind of looks like we might have been had on this trade. I'm going to go ahead and stay neutral going into the weekend. Not too much I can do on stops tonight. Just kind of let this play out, see what happens tomorrow. Then I'll take a closer look at things during the weekend. You guys have a good night and enjoy your weekend.